you know, Pat, they want to know about Xdefiant.
Bro.
I don't know if you're gonna say much, but I'll say it anyway, just because they're spamming it.
What do they want to know?
I don't know when's it releasing. I think just want to know when it's coming out.
Hashtag delayed.
We don't have a release window yet. We're obviously figuring that out. But I mean, I think Mark Rubin said it as well. Like, we were obviously ready to release, but made the choice to delay after we ran the public test server. I do want to say though, because I feel like there's a misconception too with just Xdefiant in general, is like a lot of the comments I see on Twitter are like Xdefiant missed a release, like missed the window, and I feel like people think Xdefiant is a $70 title. Like, you know what I mean? Xdefiant is free to play. It will always be free to play. So there isn't a window to hit to like sell copies like every other game does. Every other game wants to hit their perfect window and sell as many copies as possible. That's obviously not the case.
Yeah.
Like, it's a free to play title. So I
think the argument to that, Pat, is like it is a first person shooter, so people compare it to COD, and since there's down COD in COD right now, like it would have been a good time to just get people playing it, just to get people.
Yeah, but by that logic, like especially let's say we released a few months ago.
Yeah.
And we got people to play, but then they'd leave anyway if they were gonna leave. You know what I mean? If the plan was that you were gonna leave regardless, there's not a window to hit because we're not selling a title. Like, there is no $70.
Pat is essentially saying that you don't have to play it when it releases. You can play it a couple months down the line. You can play it whenever. It's a game that's
I think the problem is
ever evolving.
I think the problem is too is when people make the COD comparison. Like, COD drops a $70 title, and that's the game, and they have their planned DLC and their planned updates, but like for the most part, after a while, the studio goes to work on the next project, right? Like, that's not what Xdefiant is. Like, I don't know how people are familiar with other games as like live service games, like Rainbow Six, for example. Like, Rainbow Six launched 8 years ago, right? And that game today is a million times better than it was 8 years ago, because when games are a live service, like, every person that's working on Xdefiant now will be working on Xdefiant in a year from now, right? So like, there's more than just a content pipeline, which is what typical games that release that have a $70, you buy a $70 game and they have a content pipeline to follow it. Like, our game won't have just a content pipeline. Like, there's going to be regular updates made, regular balancing, regular new features, regular new everything. And so our game will always get better. And it's a free title. So, when we do release, whether it's a window of 3 months ago or whatever, like, we want players to stay. So it's I feel like the comparison is just tough because people treat it as if it's a $70 premium release, and it's just not.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben,